Hey, old beggar, what are you doing here? Places like this are not for people like you. Can't you see where you're walking?
The coffee mall was warm and lively. Soft music played. People laughed, talked, and sipped their drinks. Every table was busy. The smell of coffee filled the air. A working-class woman sat with her fiancé, close to the walking path where people passed through. They were dressed neatly, enjoying their time. Then an old beggar walked in. His clothes were torn, his body weak. After begging for a while, he managed to buy himself one small cup of coffee. Holding it carefully, he searched for an empty seat. As he tried to pass through the narrow space, his foot accidentally stepped on the woman's toe. She jumped up immediately. "Hey, old beggar," she shouted. "What are you doing here?" People turned to look. Places like this are not for people like you. Can't you see where you're walking? Before the old man could apologize, she snatched the cup of coffee from his hand and poured it all over his head and clothes. Gasps filled the coffee mall. The old man stood there, soaked, silent. He said nothing. He slowly turned and walked away. The woman sat back down and began explaining everything to her fiancé. "He stepped on me," she said angrily. "He deserved it." Her fiancé listened quietly. He said nothing. Minutes later, the waiter brought their coffee. The man picked up his cup, looked at her calmly, and poured the coffee on her head. The entire mall froze. She screamed, "What is wrong with you?" The man stood up and said firmly, "Now you know how it feels. You just tasted your own medicine." He added, "If you can humiliate a helpless old man so easily, then you are not the woman I want to spend my life with." He turned and walked out of the coffee mall, angry and disappointed. The woman broke down, crying. As she sat there shaking, other customers, especially men who had watched everything quietly, stood up. One by one, they walked past her and poured their coffee on her. She cried alone. In the same place, she showed no mercy. Moral lesson: kindness costs nothing, but cruelty stains the soul deeper than any coffee stain. Explanation: this story reminds us that how we treat others, especially those who are vulnerable or less fortunate, speaks volumes about who we are. Pouring coffee on someone in anger might seem like a small act in a moment of frustration, but the real stain is on our own character, not their clothes. Sometimes we forget that everyone is fighting their own battles, and a little compassion can change the whole story.